If you're visiting Singapore, you absolutely need to try the local coffee. Now, when you're getting that first taste of a coffee, you need to make sure you're getting the right one. Not all coffees are built the same. So we're going to go to all the chains in Singapore, or the major ones at least, and go and see which one is the best. Let's go. As you can see, we're starting our day off at Killiney. Now, the coffee of choice is the Kopi C Sudai. That essentially means evaporated milk and less sugar. The price for a coffee at Killiney is $2.40. Now, it's always important to stir the coffee as there's always sugar at the bottom. And I made a mess. So we're going to have our first taste of the Kopi C Sudai, and let's give it a go. Okay, so initial thoughts. It's actually quite nice. It's balanced. It's not as, I would say, flavorful as some of the other coffees I've had, but that's actually not a bad thing because sometimes you can be quite overwhelmed by a coffee in general. And so it's not ultra sweet. It's not ultra, like, it doesn't sort of sit in the back of your throat or anything like that, but also it doesn't make you feel like, ooh, either. So I quite like it. And I'm quite, like, I could be drinking this all day. Based on this, I'd probably give Killiney Coffee a 7 out of 10. Now, the reason that I wouldn't give it any higher is because it doesn't have that bold or unique taste that I would see from other chains that make coffee. Now, if it's the first time you're trying it, I would actually say this is the best place to start. Anyway, onwards and upwards, we're going to head over to Clarke Quay to get one of my favourite chain coffees, the Kun Kaya Toast coffee. This coffee is the same price as Killiney at $2.40. It seems to be a running theme. Right, so it was very busy in there, so we're gonna go get our coffee and head out to a nicer view, which I'm really excited about. Check this out. Okay, so I'm pretty happy that we decided to leave the Kun and come have a coffee out here because this view is unmatched. We're at Clarke Quay, middle of everything, but it's not that busy because it's the middle of the working day. Now, I'm going to have one of these sips and we'll give it a rating. Now, I'm a bit biased about this. Kun was one of the first coffees I ever had when I moved to Singapore, and I basically lived off these guys during the entire pandemic. So I am a little bit biased. I do think the sweet to bitterness ratio is perfect for a Kopi C Sudai, as well as the fact that it just has a really nice aftertaste that doesn't sort of sit in the back of your throat. It's lovely. Based on all this, and I think a little bit of my bias, I'm going to give Kun an 8, maybe even an 8.5 out of 10. The unique flavor profiles, the way it just sits in your mouth, I think it is fantastic. And it's something that you can still drink all day, but still enjoy a unique flavor. So a bit biased, but at the same time, worth the coffee. The next stop, we're heading over to Funan. We're going to the legendary Toast Box. Now, Toast Box is also owned by Bread Talk, so you can have your coffee with a really nice Japanese baked good. The price for the coffee today is $2.40. Don't forget to give it a bit of a stir, and let's get to it. Okay, we're going to give it a bit of a taste test. Okay, so it's not too bad. I would say it's probably not the best coffee I've ever had, but at the same time, it's also pretty okay. I think for what it is, it's not ultra bitter, but it's also not ultra sweet either. At the end of the day, though, I think it can come off a bit rough for someone that's trying coffee for the first time in Singapore. And for that reason alone, I'd give the coffee at Toast Box a 6 out of 10. Now, my mess would probably be 10 out of 10 here, but moving on. We're going to have to head out of town for this next one. And when I've had a big caffeine high, I need to have a big, massive nap. So this is a nice hour-long bus ride so that I can get to the next destination. Now that I've had my beauty sleep, we're going to head to Beauty World Centre. This place that we're going to was built in the 1940s as a shopping centre, and it still has that old Singaporean rustic vibe to it. It has some of the best food in Singapore, but it also has some funny quirks that you'll just have to visit the place to see. Now, the next place we're going to is a place called Kopi. Hey, wait a minute. Bugger, closed today. We're going to have to do this in another video. Let's go to a mum and pop shop instead. Luckily at Beauty World Centre, there's plenty of coffee shops to go around. So I went to my next nearest one, picked up my coffee,
even got a little treat in the form of Kaya Toast and boiled eggs, and then we went to the table. Don't forget to stir. Didn't make a mess on this one. I'm pretty proud. Alright, so we decided to ditch the chains and finish off our video with a proper hawker centre Kopi. This is from a mum and pop shop just at Beauty World Centre. I'm at a rooftop hawker centre, which by the way, have a visit, it's brilliant. And I also, because I'm a bit hungry, I got myself some Kaya Toast with some soft boiled eggs. So what you'll do with this Kaya Toast is it's butter and Kaya. So you've got a thick slab of butter in it. We'll crack open the eggs and essentially you can mix in the Kaya Toast with the eggs, and it's this perfect mix of, sweet, savory, fattiness from the eggs. It just makes a lot of sense. So enough talking about food. We're here for Kopi. So we're going to go and give our first taste test and give it a go. That's the one. This is the 10, because the reality is these local mum and pop shops in the hawker centres, in the Kopitiams, out in the coffee shops down at your local HDBs, these are the ones that make really good coffee. They get the beans right and it just works. So honestly, I love the flavour. There's a little bit of a taste to it, but it's original and it's very unique compared to the chain. So I have to say this is my 10. So when you're going out, you'll need to bring cash most likely for these places, but it's worth it. And the price point for this is less than the chains as well. So the question comes down to, where do they rank? Well, in third place, we had Toastbox. I really love their Kopi, but it can be a bit rough for the first timer that's drinking a Kopi. In second place, we had Killiney. Killiney was really nice just to be drinking all day. They had a nice balance between sweet and bitterness, but I didn't find they had a unique flavour like some of the other chains on this list. And in first place, I have Ya Kun. Ya Kun is one of the best chains if you want to start off with Kopi in Singapore. Give it a go. I'm telling you now, you won't regret it. Don't forget, also go to the mum and pop shops at the hawker centres. These Kopis are awesome. Now I'm all caffeined out, thought this guy was human and started having an interview with him. So it's about time I went home and had a nap. See you in the next video, guys.